Let's hear from Pep Guardiola following that 3-3 draw against Feyenoord.
Hi, Pep. You always defend your players publicly, and I understand completely why. But the way in which they sort of capitulated at the end, was that sort of unprofessional, surprising? The way they sort of panicked and allowed 3 goals from 75 minutes in.
Oh no! I'll continue with the same. So it's not necessary to say anything to them. They know it perfectly. So the 3 episodes, and they didn't allow us to win what we needed for many reasons, not just for the terms of qualification or get the points to go through, for many other reasons, and it's what it is. So difficult to swallow right now, and so the game was good. We scored 3, we could score more, we do everything, but at the end we give away, especially the first one, and after we are not stable enough to do it, and it's not about no run or the commitment or nothing as that, but football, you have to be in certain moments do it, and right now it's, the second goal, the second post, touch post, Eddie finishing the place when the player is there, and the last action, Jack, shoot, deflection, keeper, post, and go out. So in that situation, everything is like that. So, but improve. What can we do? So rest 1 or 2 days and prepare Anfield.
It's just about Anfield. How will you try and lift them for this test?
We have to. It's my job. We lead them. We play a good game, but of course we need to do it, and we were not able to control the last minutes.
Hi, Pep. There were boos at the end from the fans. Can you understand that? Do you think your players deserve that, especially after everything you've achieved?
Last game against Tottenham with 0-4, they were there, supporters, they applaud. Of course, they're disappointed. Of course, we understand it. They have done it properly.
OK, Pep Guardiola in a pretty candid mood there again. Back page of The Sun says disaster class. City winless in 6 as 3-goal lead is blown in 14 minutes. It's a record capitulation, David, by Champions League standards. Have we entered crisis territory now? What's your take?
By City standards, it is a crisis, yeah. The records for unwanted reasons are starting to tumble. They don't look like they know how to get themselves out of this at the moment. If you actually saw Pep Guardiola post-match, his face literally looks battered. He's going through agony right now. His players are bereft of their confidence. They were booed off at the end. There's just a sense of forlornness at the Etihad at the moment. But the one thing that's vital to add is that City are a team and a club of immense quality on and off the pitch. And if anybody can turn it around, it's them. They go to Anfield, where it wouldn't entirely surprise you if they put in a really strong performance and retaliated like champions do. But this is just remarkable. It's extraordinary. They've had so much going on off the pitch, of course, with all the well-documented legal cases, and now on the pitch as well. And you search deep for potential reasons. You look back to the summer transfer market when they did so little, Savinho and Ilkay Gundogan only. The age profile of the squad with so many players over at just under 30 years old. The contracts that are expiring in the next year or two is going to give them a huge amount of work to do, and plenty more reasons, it seems. Underperformance, individual errors. It's a really disappointing time for them, but equally, we must not write them off, because we've seen their incredible efforts in recent years, their trophy hauls, their achievements, and maybe now we'll really come to appreciate how good that was by them, judging by how normalised they seem to have been made just recently.
Indeed, only 6 months ago, celebrating that 4th unprecedented consecutive title. The Telegraph Sports supplement, though, has a picture of a frustrated Erling Haaland, who scored 2 goals, had them 3-0 up, but fell apart. A total meltdown, the Telegraph Sport headline. Shambolic City throwaway 3-goal lead. Riyadh, is it just a catalogue of errors, a lot of them by Josko Gvardiol at the moment, or do you feel that perhaps Pep hasn't planned enough and that he didn't do enough in the summer, and that's what we're seeing City reap at the moment?
Well, I think there's certainly some merit in that when you look at, again, what David's saying there about the age profile of the squad. You always need to refresh what did they do in the summer. And I like the look of the Gundogan signing when he came in, but he's 34 years old. He's got a goal tonight, but I think generally speaking, he's been poor when he came back to Man City. I think there's a huge sort of onus on what they do in January now. I think Zubimendi's probably a good option. He, quite literally replaced Rodri during the finals in the Euros and excelled against England. I think that's precisely the kind of player they need to be looking for right now. With Rodri out, Kovacic is going to be gone for the better part of a month. So that midfield seems to be a key part of the problem. Look, they've not hesitated to flag their injury situation, rightly so. But I'm finding it hard to believe that the City squad could end up looking this thin. But also, I look at that starting 11 tonight, and you look at the players they've got in attack. Whether it's sort of you've got Haaland, Foden, Grealish, Nunez. You've got Silva in midfield. This isn't a squad that should be going 6 games without a win. It really is remarkable that this is happening. And to go through that game tonight, and particularly the last quarter of an hour, that is unrecognisable as Manchester City. To see them that frail, that lack of confidence. The defence in the last 2 games as well. Now we're talking about sort of 7 goals across this. In the Tottenham game, what really alarmed me tonight was that equalising goal. Watching, the Feyenoord have led this breakaway. They're 5 on 3, but you look at that Man City midfield and the defenders tracking back. They're jogging. And that's a team that's coming in on the back of 5 straight defeats. Where's their pride? Where's their fight? We can make the argument that they're tired, that they're exhausted, and it feeds into the fact that, as Pep always tells us, you've got people playing who are only half fit. But that was gutless. Where's the tracking? Where's the tracking back? Where are the runners? We're not just talking about individual errors with Manchester City at the moment. We're talking about a team that has collectively lost more than that. The confidence has gone. Their belief in who they are, and we're talking about the team that's completely dominated football in this country and to Europe to some extent as well. And they're playing abysmally. It's absolutely extraordinary what's unfolding right now.
Very surreal as well, isn't it? Back page of the Eye, David. More blues for Pep. The problem for him, I suppose, he's got the Reds up on Sunday at Anfield as well in the Premier League. His next stop in the Champions League's Turin against Juventus. City struggling in the Champions League table as it stands. David, do you feel that those games, in a sense, are for City fighting to keep this season alive, really? They'd be left with the FA Cup almost if it goes wrong over the next few weeks?
Well, not strictly speaking, because it's still relatively early. They're they're in a good position in the Premier League table, and this new Champions League format can see them, scrape through, even if they don't do so well in some of these initial matches. So they've got the time, they've got the pedigree, they've got the quality at the club, the track record for coming good later in the season. But they need to arrest this slide pretty urgently, and it's not like you're seeing many encouraging signs. Okay, they got themselves into a 3-0 lead against a Feyenoord side who, to be fair, have been on decent form in recent weeks. But it is still a side that they should be dominating and building a commanding lead against. And then the way they sort of fell apart, whether it's exhaustion or they just don't have that sort of self-assured side that we're so used to seeing from them. And then the way that Pep Guardiola reacted on the touchline to even the first goal, it was almost like there was a sense of foreboding in him, and then that sort of manifests itself in the crowd and the team as well. Something's not right there at the moment. And, you can legislate in the first couple of games, and they've had bad runs in the past, but they've always turned it around pretty swiftly, and it's just not happening at the moment. So, no, I don't think that their season's about to fall apart in the next couple of weeks. But certainly, there's the potential for it to be dented further. And I don't think Liverpool will be licking their lips about playing Manchester City. Nobody would be. However, they're on good form themselves, certainly in terms of results more than performances. They've got great momentum in the Premier League. Just imagine the Anfield crowd that we're going to sample on Sunday. It's going to be rocking probably even more than normal because they probably taste blood and they sense that City could be humbled here, and it's going to take a real effort from City. They're going to have to dig deep into their reserves and experience to try and arrest this, and they can do it, but they need to start moving sooner rather than later, or come Christmas period, turn of the year, then that's when it can start to get away from teams, as we've seen before.
Absolutely huge game on Sunday at Anfield, live on Sky Sports.